Well, they can't all be aces.
Never leave the cave without it.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies that ruined the director's reputation. For this list, we'll be ranking the films that were helmed by directors who had either enjoyed a string of successful prior efforts or who had a strong amount of critical and commercial buzz in their careers. These films, however, did some damage to their reputations and resulted in backlash from movie fans, critics, or both.
You said that you would destroy this and not join them!
Number 10. Paul Verhoeven, Showgirls.
Some of you probably heard that I'm a prick. I am a prick. I got one interest here, and that's the show.
This Dutch director earned critical praise with his early work on the indie scene, before finally breaking big in the mainstream with a string of commercial successes.
Your move, creep.
Verhoeven's RoboCop and Total Recall seemed to make him the go-to director for smart, satirical action pictures. That is, until the release of Showgirls in 1995.
They touch, they go. You can touch them, they cannot touch you.
That's good.
The film was poorly received for its tone and over-the-top sexual antics, although it has earned a somewhat better reputation in recent years with a cult fan base. Verhoeven did recover after the release of the well-received Starship Troopers 2 years later. However, the director's time in the spotlight has never quite been the same.
Nomi's got heat.
Does she now?
Yes, she does.
Number 9. Cameron Crowe, Aloha.
I know what you're doing. You're not going to pick my brains. They're unpickable.
Sure, we all love classic Cameron Crowe flicks like Almost Famous, Say Anything, and Jerry Maguire. But the respected Californian writer and director seemed to hit a creative wall with the 2015 film Aloha.
All right, Gilchrist. I want to introduce you to your Air Force liaison. She's a fast burner.
This romantic comedy drama starring Bradley Cooper stirred up negative press and controversy due to the casting of Emma Stone as a character who is supposed to be 1/4 Hawaiian and 1/4 Chinese.
My dad was half Chinese and half Hawaiian, and my mother is Swedish.
Wow.
She's of Swedish descent, and so I am 1/4 Hawaiian.
The film also received a negative response from audiences and critics for being a romance set in a world of military contracting.
This is not the military of old, Bumpy. This is the new.
Most Crow fans agree Aloha is a step in the wrong direction for what is otherwise a respectable film career. Elizabethtown notwithstanding.
I know. I'm impossible to forget, but I'm hard to remember.
Number 8. Roman Polanski, Pirates.
Long live Captain Red!
The career of Roman Polanski has been marked by numerous controversies, stemming from both his personal life and creative missteps. Falling into the latter category is Pirates, a big-budget, costumed epic that only delivered a $6.3 million return worldwide on a $40 million investment from Paramount.
Ghost or no ghost, we need to rescue and buy thunder.
This failure was a far cry from the critical and commercial success Polanski had in the past with Repulsion, Chinatown, and Rosemary's Baby. And it took many years for the director to return in proper form with the 2002 hit The Pianist. Still, Pirates nearly condemned Polanski to Davy Jones' locker.
Gold will be your ruin, Captain. It will cost us our heads.
Easier to live without a head than without gold, you numbskull.
Number 7. Oliver Stone, Alexander.
These men do not fight for their homes. They fight because this king tells them they must.
It could be argued that no director has tackled the war film quite like Oliver Stone.
Read Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Every battle is won before it's ever fought.
The director continued the tradition of elevating wartime stories to art, with a string of memorable pictures on the subject, including Platoon and Born on the 4th of July.
Thou shalt not kill, Mom. Thou shalt not kill women and children. Thou shalt not kill, remember?
So why did 2004's Alexander, based on the life of legendary warrior Alexander the Great, cause Stone so many problems? Multiple edits and director's cuts resulted in a confusing release on home video, while the film's theatrical release, although successful in Europe, suffered comparatively in the United States.
I will avenge you and follow you down to the House of Death.
Alexander was also criticized for its reductive approach to historical events, resulting in an experience that soured Stone's cinematic returns for years.
Conquer your fear! And I promise you, you will conquer death!
Number 6. Josh Trank, Fantastic Four.
You guys sure you're in the best shape to be doing this? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This next entry on our list is a case of tripping right out of the gate. Director Josh Trank was a relative newcomer to the scene when he was hired to helm 2015's big-budget reboot of Marvel's Fantastic Four franchise.
Reed, what happened to me?
Trank had only one prior directorial credit to his name, with 2012's Chronicle. Yet the writing was on the proverbial wall when Trank posted a negative tweet about his experience on the film prior to its release.
We should use these powers to do something.
They're not powers. They're aggressively abnormal physical conditions that we're gonna fix. Can you turn that off?
This was in addition to the already poor reception Fantastic Four was receiving from critics, with the fracas resulting in one of the biggest box office bombs of the year.
Oh yeah, this one is definitely going on Instagram.
Number 5. Joel Schumacher, Batman and Robin.
This is why Superman works alone.
For many, the name Joel Schumacher will forever be associated with the filmmaker's campy, over-the-top take on Batman.
Some lucky boy's about to hit the honeypot. I'll include an evening of my company for the winner.
Despite earning critical and commercial success in the 1980s with films like The Lost Boys and St. Elmo's Fire, Schumacher's reputation in a post-Batman and Robin world suffered severely, with both fans and critics alike.
No sign of the snowman.
Maybe he melted.
Comic book purists in particular resented the goofy tone and costume design afforded to Schumacher's Batman, as well as the seemingly endless puns from co-star Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Let's kick some ice.
Batman would survive the negative press, of course, but Joel Schumacher's version of the character continues to be a point of contention for fans to this day.
No beauty.
Just the beast.
Number 4. The Wachowskis, Jupiter Ascending.
I have more in common with a dog than I have with you.
I love dogs. I've always loved dogs.
These sibling directors are best known for their work in the groundbreaking science fiction film The Matrix. But the genre certainly didn't do them any favors in 2015 with this controversial entry.
I hate my life.
Jupiter Ascending was ripped apart by critics upon its release for a confusing plot and over-reliance on computer-generated effects. The Wachowskis were already dealing with divided opinions for their previous film, Cloud Atlas, making the reception of Jupiter Ascending all the more challenging.
Because a dream is the only way any of this makes sense.
Compared to what? The idea that you're the only intelligent species?
Although it does have its defenders, most will likely point to this film as one serious stumbling block for a once hot-button pair of filmmakers.
I will harvest that planet tomorrow before I let her take it from me.
Number 3. Kevin Costner, The Postman.
You are nothing but a drifter who found a bag of mail, and I want you out of my town.
Dances with Wolves may have proven that actor Kevin Costner had the makings of a great director, but this initial sentiment was likely smashed to bits only 7 years later with The Postman.
Tell me something, Ford. How much mail can a dead postman deliver? It's over.
Costner's film was based on the 1985 book by David Brin and takes place within a post-apocalyptic 2013, where all technology has been eradicated.
Don't make me use this.
Siskel and Ebert accused The Postman of being pretentious and goofy. Audiences seem to agree, as the film ended up being one of 1997's biggest flops.
Only another postman can make you a postman.
Kind of like vampires, right?
The actor didn't direct another film until 2003's Open Range, where it seemed fans and critics finally forgave Costner for going postal.
You the one killed our friend?
That's right. I shot the boy too, and I enjoyed it.
Number 2. George Lucas, the Star Wars prequel trilogy.
You were the chosen one!
Could these films be more maligned? It's easy to forget how excited fans initially were leading up to the release of George Lucas's prequel trilogy to Star Wars. But as time passes, people tend to reevaluate things they once loved. And even the biggest diehards can admit that these movies were underwhelming.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
Add to that the success of J.J. Abrams' 7th Star Wars entry, The Force Awakens, and you have one serious blow to a filmmaker whose reputation was once considered bulletproof. Will we ever again see the creative side of the director who once gave us classics like THX 1138 and American Graffiti? If the prequel trilogy is any indication, we're not sure.
How rude!
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable, or in this case, dishonorable mentions.
Got soul, but I'm not a soldier. I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. I got soul, but I'm not a soldier.
Are you sure God's not punishing me?
To be sure, he's punishing you, woman. He'll be giving you a child.
Number 1. M. Night Shyamalan, Lady in the Water.
Sorry this is taking so long!
There was a huge buzz surrounding writer-director M. Night Shyamalan and his breakout 1999 film, The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
So much so that Shyamalan was quickly crowned one of Hollywood's breakout directorial stars. A string of reducing returns seemed to hamper that reputation, however, culminating in 2006 with the release of Shyamalan's Lady in the Water.
Where are you from?
The blue world.
Critics and fans panned the director's confusing screenwriting and self-indulgence.
Man thinks they're each alone in this world. It is not true. You are all connected.
These same fans would strike Shyamalan with even more focused fury in 2010 with the director's reviled take on the world of Avatar, The Last Airbender. At least Shyamalan mustered a comeback of sorts 5 years later with The Visit, but it wasn't enough to return him to his past glory.
That's just a made-up story. It's not real.
Do you agree with our list?
You're gonna have to earn it.
Which directors do you think dropped the ball with a particular film?
Where the fuck were you last night?
I was having my period, Al.
For more challenging top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
All right.